We have discussed about Kennedy's seal theory and Leslie's seal theory as a limitation of Kennedy's seal theory, isn't it? Drawbacks of Kennedy's theory and drawbacks of um, Leslie's seal theories. Drawbacks of Leslie's theories we have discussed. Okay, so Leslie's theory. All of you, yesterday I have shared one notes, isn't it? And in that notes, there are some problems related to Kennedy's seal theory and Lacey's seal theory. Okay, so go through the notes. So in Lacey's theory, what did we do? What did we study? Canal design using Lacey's theory. Canal, sorry, canal design using Lacey's theory. According to Lacey's design and procedure, build to build canal is as follows. Canal discharge Q and mean particle size dm should be known. From the mean size or of diameter of the particle m, still factor is first calculated using this expression. Okay, f equal to 1.76 root over dm. Okay, and the seal factor f for different particle, different size particle is shown is given here. For fine silt, F value is 0.5 to 0.7, medium silt 0.85, standard silt 1, and medium sand 1.25, coarse sand 1.25. And the velocity is calculated using qf square divided by 140 whole to the power of 1 by 6. And area We have to find Q by V from the formula Q by V, hydraulic mean depth 5 by 2 V square by X, and weighted perimeter P equal to 4.75 root over Q. Okay? And bed slope using this formula. And there are some drawbacks of Lacy's seal theory. What are the drawbacks? Lacy didn't explain the properties that govern the alluvial channel. So although Lacy gives some ideas about slope, about different size of particle, but he cannot provide the that he cannot give the explanation of all the properties of alluvial channel. Okay, that means he didn't uh, try to give any formula and all related to sediment. Okay, and in general, flow is different at bed and sides of the channel, which requires two different seal factors. But Lacy derived only one seal factor. Okay, and the semi-umbilical shape proposed by Lacy as the ideal shape of the channel is not convincing. Lacy did not consider the silt concentration in his equation. Accretion of silt particles is ignored by Lacy, and Lacy did not give proper definition for the silt grade and silt charge. So these are the drawbacks of Lacy's silt theory. Okay. Okay. So design of alluvial channel, that is canal design, is generally based on that two theories. Okay, Kennedy seal theories and Lacy seal theories. We have some topics related to modernization techniques. Okay, water management in irrigation. So I think it will be your last chapter. Although it is last chapter, I can revise your previous chapters. Okay, I will take classes and do revision for other chapter for previous chapters, which we had already discussed. So, water management irrigation. It includes modernization techniques, rehabilitation, optimization of water use, minimization of water losses. Water losses already we have studied, isn't it? How what from a canal, how water is lost from unlined canal, and how it can be prevented using lining of a canal. uh, Conform development works, participatory irrigation management, water resources associations, changing paradigms in water management, performance evaluation, and economic aspects of irrigation. So, what are the modernization techniques? Your final exam timetable is not given till now. Okay, and okay. So, what are the techniques modernization improving irrigation water management in order to increase productivity and minimize adverse effects such as salinization is one of the main contemporary issues in the agricultural sector. A considerable effort is being made to improve irrigation operation and reduce cost. society in general and water user association particularly where they have to bear the cost of irrigation are demanding that irrigation becomes more cost effective. Rehabilitation. Rehabilitation, which consists of re-engineering a deficient infrastructure to return it to the original design, although rehabilitation usually applies to the physical infrastructure, it can also be considered institutional arrangement. So these are basically irrigation management techniques. Process improvement, which consists of intervening the process without changing the rules of water management. Modernization, which is more complex intervention implying fundamental changes in the rules. Okay. And what is modernization? Irrigation modernization is a process of technical and managerial upgrading as opposed to more rehabilitation of irrigation schemes combined with institutional reforms with the objective to improve resource utilization. What are the resource utilization? Labor, water, economic, environmental, and water delivery service to farms. That is your modernization. The need for a consistent framework of modernization. Why we required modernization techniques? To increase the water productivity, to increase the cost effectiveness, to increase the reliability of irrigation deliveries, to increase the flexibility of deliveries, considering the other uses of water, increasing knowledge and human resources development. Obstacles in the way of modernization. Successful modernization is not straightforward, and failure to achieve targeted performance objectives in some instances require further investigation of the underlying causes as far as the technology is concerned. Significant hardware and software progress has been made in irrigation system operation in the past decade, including computer facilities, information techniques, measurements, and canal control concept. Technical gaps between the requirement needed to implement the improved method, availability of expertise, technical maintenance of equipment, and available local resources. There is also a term that means financial constraint may also another factor. Okay, result in the gap between the cost of equipment and improved method. The gain in water savings and improved services as water is generally not priced or charges are below. Social constraint. Yes, whenever you are going to, uh, that means implement any project, relate any project, it may be hydroelectric project, it may be building project, it may be tunnel construction, it may be road construction, there are always social constraints, social obstacles. Okay, human resources are relatively less expensive in developing economics than alternative technological solution. An irrigation agency, often a large employer in the area, has some obligation to maintain local staff. Isn't it? Suppose you are going to l- lay down a canal, align a canal throughout a village. So the villagers may not be, they maybe argue with you because your land is, they may not They are not ready to give you the land which you have already um, proposed, which area is already proposed, isn't it? That may be the social constraint. Institutional constraint. Bureaucratic centralized irrigation administration are not well suited to service oriented activities. And methods of modern irrigation in enterprise. Model for a modern irrigation enterprise. It is clear for many that the irrigation sector in general has not reached the same level of effectiveness as other sectors such as industrial and service sectors. Hence, modernization can be seen as a means to create the favor modern irrigation enterprises by introducing methodologies which have proved successful in other sectors. We advocate that modern enterprise in irrigation require a re-engineering of their processes in order to cope with the new challenges faced by irrigation. Re-engineering irrigation system operation. The re-engineering of the irrigation operation should consist of what is re-engineering? That is the operation which consists of designing the most cost effective answer to the redefined water service within the scheme. It should consider the spatial distribution of the effective demand of water service, the spatial distribution of the physical infrastructure characteristics, and flexibility in modernization. Okay, these are the 3 points which we require in re-engineering system. The service, okay, just wait. The service might differ significantly with user demand. That, for example, cash crop. Farmer might ask for a high quality and costly service, whereas farmers with an alternative sources, wells must be that is wells might be satisfied with the low and cheap service, isn't it? The service might also be differ because of the other considerations such as hydrological hazards, salinization, waterlogging opportunities, and recycling of water. Spatial distribution of the physical infrastructure characteristics, the sensitivity of the canal delivery structures, the efficiency in controlling water depth, the ease of monitoring and implementing operation. These are some of the important features that should be considered when you are going to design any irrigation project. Sorry, irrigation canal. Flexibility and modernization. The concept of flexibility has long been discussed and advocated in the field of irrigation modernization. So far, it has encompassed most, the notion of flexibility in water deliveries as opposed to the rational and fixed deliveries. Okay. So modernization is a never-ending process which you have to adopt in current constraint or to overcome some difficulties. The agricultural and economic contexts are permanently evolving, and so are the demands from society, because every year the demand is increasing and you have to re-engineer the structure, you have to re-engineer modern, you have to that means enhance the instrument, whatever you have going to do, okay, for cost effectiveness or better production. What was modern and up to date some decades ago might now appear to be incompatible with the current niche. Like the older irrigation methods we cannot apply nowadays, isn't it? So, like that, we have adopted some modern techniques like drip irrigation system. That is a modern technique, isn't it? As compared to like spraying water or with hand or something like YouTube, sorry, tube well, isn't it? So that is modernization. Low cost techniques. Uh, two or three pages left. We will discuss in the next class. Okay, and all of you go through every chapters which I have shared with you. Every chapters, every notes. You study properly. Okay. Omid Pangang, are you present? Now today you are present. This is your first class.
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Have you appeared in sessional exams?
Yes, ma'am.
But why didn't you attend classes earlier? Only last at the last moment you are coming here to attend classes. Why?
Sorry,
What
ma'am.
is your problem?
Uh,
Why didn't attended any single classes earlier? There are lots of classes already. Syllabus is about to finish.
yes, ma'am.
What? Yes, ma'am. Today is your first class. I do you know your percent attendance will be how much? Out of 30 classes, only one classes if you attend.
Sorry, ma'am. From now onwards, I will attend properly.
From now onwards, it is going to be finished within first week of July. Only 3 4 classes will held. And any is there any other student who have today is the first class? Is there any other student? Razu? No one is there, na? Okay then.